Perhaps they do not know. When emergency was declared, there was a provision to declare an internal emergency. And it was, declared as per the constitution. The President of India had signed it, President Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad. And the next morning, it was ratified by the Union Cabinet. So it is not constitutional. I mean, it was constitutional. It is not unconstitutional, as is being made out to be. What led to the emergency is also a big saga, because what had happened was that a day or two before the emergency was declared, though this option was on cards, and Mrs. Gandhi, who had lost the Allahabad High Court judgment on June 12th through a judgment of Justice Jagmohan Lal Sinha, on a petition filed by Mr. Raj Narayan, was wanting to move the Supreme Court, which was under the provision of law allowed at that point of time. But the opposition was trying to force her to resign, and what had happened was that a day or two before the declaration of emergency, Jayaprakash Narayan had given a call to the armed forces to disobey orders of the government, which could have led to a major, chaos and breakdown. So it was with this backdrop that emergency was declared. I'm not justifying the emergency, but I'm just giving you the backdrop. Well, the thing is that the present government has, through a gazette notification, declared this as the anti-constitution day. There are other things which are of much bigger priority at this point of time. There is this controversy over the NEET exam. There is this, rising unemployment. There are rising prices. There are so many other things which are, happening, which need attention. Manipur is burning. And, these people have now declared this as a anti-constitution day. After, when the emergency was declared, and after that, when elections took place in 1977, people punished Indira Gandhi. She was defeated from Raebareli by 58,000 votes. Sanjay Gandhi, who was making his electoral debut from adjoining Amethi, was also defeated by over 75,000 votes. And, she was punished by the people of India. But the same people of India, brought her back to power in 1980, in less than 3 years from the time when she was defeated, because they were disillusioned with the performance of the Janata Party government, and where, lot of infighting took place and led to fall of first the Morarji Desai government and then the fall of Charan Singh government. There are several viewpoints which can be made. The reason why the BJP secured less number of seats, it had 303 last time and it got 240 this time, and the NDA government has been formed with a much reduced majority, is on account of people voting against the government, against the dispensation. India Alliance may take credit that it tried to, highlight the infringement of the constitution by the government. That's a good talking point. But the fact is that people in India mostly vote, and parties in India mostly win through a negative vote. And this is what happened. This vote which went against the government was a vote against the policies of the government, and constitutional thing may have played some role, but it was not the major role. Let us understand this, that emergency was declared and ended in 1977. At least 60% of people in India were not perhaps even born. India is a very young country. It has very young population. They were not even born. They may not even be aware of it. Number one. Number two, what victims? People who were victims of the emergency were elected by the people, and they formed the government in 1977. But they could not sustain the government through their own infighting. Number three, there were, people who were declared perpetrators of emergency and excesses. There were people like former Haryana Chief Minister Bansi Lal, former Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Vidyacharan Shukla, Lieutenant Governor of Delhi later, and at that time DDA Vice Chairman Mr. Jagmohan. They were all, inducted in the BJP. They all thrived in the BJP. And as a matter of fact, BJP used to accuse Sanjay Gandhi. Sanjay Gandhi's son and wife are also in BJP. So what excesses are they talking about? If they, at the RSS, for instance, Mr. Balasaheb Devras was that time the Sar Sanchalak, was willing to, endorse the emergency if some of his volunteers who had been arrested were released, and I mean RSS from their standpoint was happy that they thought in their perception that these alleged excesses of family planning which were going against the minority community were something which were a part of their overall agenda. So it's very difficult to say, I mean, it's just sheer politics which is being played. It is, no one is bothers about it. People, are bothered about the current issues. After this, Congress won 1980, it won 84. In 1989, it was the single largest party. In 91, it again formed the government. In 96, it was still the single largest party. 98 and 99, BJP had a government. 2004, Congress again came to power. It came to power again in 2009. That means people had forgiven it. And what does that? I mean, there's no bigger court in democracy than the will of the people. So what is being talked about?